Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and this is a restorative practice. We are going to get some space created in our hips, get some movement in the low back, be perfect for if you've been sitting a lot, driving, working at a desk, whatever you might be doing in your daily life. And then we're also going to do some movements that will be supportive of the neck. If you wake up with a stiff neck, or if you have a stiff neck from looking at your devices, this is the practice for you. Associated with the neck, of course, in the yogic tradition is the throat chakra. So I will be incorporating some of those kinds of practices as well. Take what works for you, leave behind the rest, and let's just get started standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. And just to kind of get the wiggles out, maybe just shake a little bit, maybe shake your legs, maybe shake your arms, maybe swing a little bit from side to side, and just let it be fun and playful and loose and easy, no pressure, nothing special. And then let's go ahead and bring the feet underneath the shoulders and inhale, reaching the hands up towards the sky. Bring the palms together and right on down to your heart. And from here, we'll just rock a little bit on the feet, coming on to the heels and then coming on to the toes. And just find a nice place where you don't feel too far forward or too far back. Standing nice and tall, not locking the knees, but with just a gentle bend, a gentle bounciness in the knees. And then draw the tailbone down towards the earth as if you're kind of poking your hip bones up just a little bit, and notice how that tailbone comes down towards the earth. And then as you press into the heels and all across the soles of the feet, lift the crown of your head up towards the sky and draw your elbows down towards the earth. Tuck that chin. And as you inhale, you might imagine inhaling up the front of your body and exhaling down the back of your body. Just kind of visualizing that energetic flow moving upward, lifting your heart, standing nice and tall and broad and open. And that exhale, drawing down the back body, drawing the shoulder blades down, drawing the tailbone down, and grounding your heels into the earth. And if that visualization doesn't resonate with you, just take nice big belly breaths, inhaling nice and deep into the belly. And exhale to release and reverse the breath. Inhaling and exhaling out the nose. But maybe the next exhale, you can let it go out the mouth or the nose with a big sigh, maybe making a sound. Maybe do that 2 more times. And on this third one, let's inhale the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, just turn the palms down and release the hands down to your sides. And let's roll the shoulders up and back and down. Just a few times, keeping them anchored that third time. Opening up your arms, standing at the top of your mountain. Even this posture here builds strength and balance. We're using a lot of muscles here we don't typically use as we just stand around in our day. Normally, we are not this aware of our posture. So just take a moment to maybe close your eyes and challenge that balance just a little bit more. And find yourself at the top of your imaginary mountain, looking out and beyond, seeing as far as the eye can see in all directions with clarity, with intuition, with grace. And then let's inhale and bring the arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms together, forward fold, diving forward. Inhale up to a halfway lift, pressing into the tops of your thighs here. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. So you might want to have the knees bent. You might want to take the feet out a little wider. You might want to press into the heels and draw the legs a little straighter. Press into the tops of the thighs with the heels of the hands and draw that crown of the head away from your tailbone. Lengthening the tail down just like we did when we were standing up tall. Draw those shoulder blades down the back, tuck the elbows in, and lengthen the back of the neck nice and long, tucking that chin. Open up through the collarbones. Nice big inhale here. Exhale to release all the way down. Forward fold. Bend those knees nice and deep. Rock back and forth a little bit. Your arms can be hanging like wet noodles here. Or you can take that ragdoll posture and cradle your elbows in your palms, framing your face. Just rocking forward and back. Expanding the back body as you inhale. Releasing the weight of the head with a big sigh as you exhale. And then switch the clasp if you have the ragdoll, so the opposite forearm is in front, increasing our capacity to do new things. 2 more breaths there, really letting go of the weight of the head, tucking that chin. And then we'll begin to release the hands and bend and straighten the knees, maybe with a little bit of a bounce. And from here, we will roll one vertebra at a time up to stand, continuing the bounce, maybe swinging a little bit from side to side. Inhale all the way up, roll the shoulders up and back and down, and then we'll inhale the arms high to the sky. Exhale, your palms come together at your heart. Find that tall mountain once again, releasing the palms, rocking forward and back to find your strength, your height here. Let's inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Go ahead and bend the knees as deeply as feels good to you. And leave your fingertips, your right fingertips right in front of that right foot. Bend those knees deeply enough to touch the earth. Or you can bring the hand to the top of the right foot or to the ankle. Inhale right here. Exhale, release the weight of the head. And come on down to your mat, coming to your knees in hero's pose. I'm just going to turn to face you. Let's find that nice hero's pose here, sitting on your heels or maybe sitting on a block or a pillow. And if hero's pose doesn't feel good to you, you can come just to high kneeling, and you can always pad those knees if that feels good to you. So we're just gonna start with a little breath work here, starting low or staying high on the knees the whole time. We're just gonna inhale and come up high, bringing the hands up alongside the ears. Exhale, come on down to sit on your heels. Let's inhale, open up, sweep the body up here. Exhale, paint those fingertips down and swing them back behind you. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Once again, inhale up and open. Exhale, come on down. Last time here. Maybe look up at the sky, take a gentle back bend, and we'll come right back down to the earth. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged. You can be sitting on a folded up blanket or a narrow pillow, shallow pillow, something just to give your hips a little bit of a lift if you like. You can also draw one heel in and then the other to come into Siddhasana. Just kind of, again, rock a little forward and back here to find that place where you can be centered, where your spine can be tall. And we're just going to get a little movement here in the neck, this place where we speak from, where we speak our truth. So tucking the chin just a little bit to keep the neck long. Just take your gaze out over your right shoulder, nice and gentle. No need to push. And then over the left shoulder, just going from side to side a little bit here. Next time to the left is the last time. We'll come back to center. And this time we'll just look up towards the sky, any amount, not coming back any farther than would hurt the neck. And then chin to chest. Keep the shoulders lifted, the heart lifted, and the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. This time, keep your chin anchored towards the heart. And we'll just take the gaze out over the right knee and back to center over the left knee. Again, just moving nice and easy in these kind of dynamic movements to just warm up the neck before we get any deeper. And when you feel ready, we'll just come back to center. Inhale the head back up to the top of the spine. Okay, so now we are going to take, let me see which leg is in front. If you have the legs crossed, you're going to want the left leg in front. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall here and take the right ear towards the right shoulder. This could be more than enough for your neck right here. This could be a really deep neck stretch. You just want to let the weight of the head do the work here. But we're going to stay in this position and just breathe. When we get really tense, we can hold that tension in our muscles that can manifest as pain or discomfort. But if we can relax the nervous system, we can begin to release some of that tension and gain back some of that flexibility. So we're just going to find a gentle, smooth, soft, easy breath, inhaling and exhaling out the nose. And if you want to go a little bit deeper here, you can take your left hand and sit on it. Palm up or down, so whatever works best for your shoulder. You might be sitting on your palm, you might turn the hand and sit on the back of the hand. I like to sit on my palm, but we're just going to keep the ear over towards the right shoulder as we sit on the left hand, and notice how that deepens the stretch. And we're not going to push or pull, and definitely release the hand if this gets to be too much. You can always take it out a little farther so it's more under the thigh or the hip than the buttock. But again, just relax here, soften here. Allow yourself to notice any tension that you are holding in your arm, in your shoulder, in your jaw, your face. Just begin to let that go. Noticing those places of tension. And releasing them with every exhale. And then we're just going to kind of tilt the chin down towards the earth any amount, just rotating the gaze downward. And just notice how that changes the sensation on the left side of your neck. Breathing here. Nice and slow, deep, even, balanced breaths. Maybe make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales as you rotate the chin, the gaze down towards the earth a little bit more. And just notice again how that changes the sensation in your neck. Breathing nice and deeply here. Take your awareness to your left arm, your shoulder, your hip. See where you might be tight and see if you can release that tightness a bit. And tilt the chin down a little bit more. Couple breaths there. And when you're ready, the chin comes all the way back down to the chest. Release the left hand and bring it back to your thigh or knee. Stay here for a moment. We'll inhale the head back up to the top of the spine. And then we'll just take the gaze from side to side real gently once again. Just moving from side to side. And if you're sitting with your legs crossed, switch your cross so the right leg is in front. And then we'll just take the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Just real gently to start, nothing too fancy, nothing too deep. Just letting the release be gradual, letting your neck get used to this new position, and using your breath and your nervous system to calm the tension. Letting your breath and your nervous system communicate with your body through the throat area. If you have neck issues, in the yogic tradition, it could be said that that might have some connection to your throat chakra, which is our center of communication, where we hear and speak our own truth, where we allow and accept and express our authentic selves. So maybe if you feel like you're holding something back or not being completely authentic, you might take a look at that maybe for yourself if that resonates with you. If not, no biggie. And then we're just gonna come to sit on that right hand now, if that felt good on the first side. If you had the palm up on the first side, you should probably have that the same way on the second side for balance and harmony. And we're just going to start that same slow journey here, breathing expansion, focusing on the right side of the body as you inhale, allowing everything to soften and relax as you exhale. And just notice any places of tension. Are you clenching your jaw? Are your brows furrowed? Are you making a little fist with your left hand or tense in your left leg? And just see all the places where you might be holding a little tension, where you can just release that and let it go. And then maybe take your chin a little bit down towards the earth, changing the sensation in the neck. Breathing here for a couple of breaths before you take the chin any lower. Softening the face, softening the jaw. Continuing your journey downward as your breath and your body tell you it's time. Little lower. Take a little review, the top of the shoulders. Allow them to soften downward. Allow the chin to come down a little more. And as you're ready, the chin comes all the way down towards the chest. Maybe just rock your chin from side to side as you release that right hand to your thigh or knee. And then we'll inhale the head back up to the top of the spine and take that gaze over the right shoulder and then over the left shoulder a couple of times. Just easy peasy working things out here. And then we'll draw some circles with the nose. So imagine you have a Pinocchio nose with a pencil lead on the end of it. And you just want to draw some little circles on the wall in front of you. So just around and around, maybe just little circles, maybe bigger circles, taking the head back a little bit if that feels good in the back of the neck. Just nice and gentle again. Letting your circles get as big as feels good to you, and then reverse your circles. Starting in your biggest place and reducing the size of the circles, coming back to your little tiny beginning circles. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and we're going to come to sit with our legs extended. We're just going to get into the hips a little bit. Kind of find that place where you're sitting up nice and tall, neither too far forward nor too far back. Flex the feet, knees might be bent here, and in fact you could have a rolled up blanket under the knees if that feels good, or a bolster if you've got one handy. And we'll bring the fingertips out towards the sides and just find that nice, big, tall spine here. Let's inhale and draw the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, folding forward from the hips any amount, just until you feel a nice stretch in the back body, in the hamstrings, maybe the backs of the knees, wherever you feel that sensation, that first edge. Stop right there. As you exhale, release your hands down, drawing the heart forward, tucking the chin, inhaling a long spine once again. Exhale, fold forward any amount, just to that next edge. Hold this here for a breath. And then we'll go ahead and take the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, coming into a seated tree pose here. We're just going to go ahead and take a little twist from here. Inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, twist towards your right. Bring your left hand towards the right, or to the right knee, maybe to the right shin. And just reach that right hand back behind the right hip, kind of like a little kickstand here. We'll inhale, lengthen to the spine, Maybe look back over that right shoulder. Nice and tall here, flexing through that left foot. One more big inhale here. Exhale to unwind. Let's go ahead and bend that. Yeah, we're coming into pigeon pose. So we're gonna swing that right leg out behind us, excuse me. And we're gonna come to that one-legged pigeon pose, bending the left leg. Ideally, in the perfect posture, quote unquote, the shin would be parallel to the front of the mat. Or you can have the heel kind of near the right groin here, whatever feels good to you. And it might feel nice to have a block or a pillow to tuck underneath that left hip here. So the hips are nice and square to the front of the mat. That right leg is extended out behind you. You can pop up on those fingertips. This is pigeon pose, drawing the heart forward through the shoulders, through the upper arms, tucking that chin. If this does not feel sustainable, if it doesn't feel good, or it just feels really uncomfortable, or for God forbid, painful, come to lie down on your mat and take figure 4 stretch instead. So you might want to be right here, inhaling up. You could stay in this upright posture, or you might want to come down to your forearms, sort of tucking that left elbow just inside the left knee. You can come to a sort of a sphinx pose here in the upper arms, drawing the heart through the biceps, tucking that chin, opening up through the collarbones. And again, just like with the neck, scan your body, notice where you're holding tension that's not serving you, and let it go. Let go of tension in the jaw. Let go of tension in the legs. Whether you're in reclined pigeon or prone pigeon like I am here, just allow yourself to soften. And you might even want to come down to your stacked palms, bringing your forehead down to the back of your top hand, or you could extend the arms all the way out into child's pose. Breathing here, whatever feels good for you. We're going to be here for 3 more full breaths. Releasing, softening. And as you're ready, come back to a tall spine. Go ahead and remove any support out of your way. We're just going to swing this right leg all the way forward, extending through both legs. And we're just going to windshield wiper the feet a little from side to side, maybe bounce the knees a little bit. And then we're going to bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh, coming into fallen tree on the opposite side. Find that nice tall spine here. We'll inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, twisting left, bringing your right hand to your left thigh or knee or shin, wherever it lands naturally. And then use that back hand to support your spine, to lengthen the spine as you tuck the chin. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhale, soften, deepen into that twist. Couple breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind back to center, and we'll lengthen that left leg just so we can swing it around and behind, bend the right leg, and we'll come into pigeon on the second side. So the left leg is parallel to the long edge of your mat here. If the right hip is lifted, you can tuck a blanket, towel, block, whatever you got handy right underneath it. So those hips can be nice and level and square to the front of your mat. You can come up on those fingertips. And again, draw the heart through the biceps, tuck the chin, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Pigeon pose here, puffing up that chest, switching to figure four if you're on your back. And then maybe coming down to that Sphinx pose, arm position. You might find the child's pose position. You might stack your hands and rest your forehead there. Whatever you did on the first side, again, for balance purposes, it's be kind of nice to just do the same sort of thing on the second side. If you've got your hands stacked, maybe notice which hand automatically comes on top, and then just switch it up. Again, increasing our capacity to do new things. And we'll just be here for 3 more full breaths. Softening. Just surrender the weight of your body to gravity. And as you're ready, we'll press back up to that tall pigeon posture. Untuck any supports and set them aside. We'll swing that left leg all the way around and have that left sole meet the right sole, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, cobbler's pose. You're going with the butterfly imagery, you might flap those butterfly wings. You might rock a little from side to side. You might rock a little forward and back. In fact, let's all inhale forward, lifting the heart, open the throat, drawing the shoulders back and the head back any amount. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, really draw the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, again, focusing on the throat, opening up here. And as we bring the chin to chest, we're stimulating the vagal nerve. And that invites our parasympathetic nervous system on board to help calm our bodies so that we can lower inflammation levels and cortisol levels and adrenaline and blood sugar, all of those things. If we tell our nervous system it is safe to do so, it will come along for the ride. Last time here in your cat pose, and then we'll inhale back to a nice tall spine. Use your hands to bring your knees toward one another, and we'll come all the way down to the mat. And as you reach the back onto the mat, just hold your knees and rock gently from side to side. And then we'll plant the feet on the mat, wider than hip width, maybe as wide as the mat. And we'll open up the arms into a nice big T shape, and we're just gonna windshield wiper the knees gently from side to side. And maybe as your knees go over towards the right, you can take your gaze to the left. As your knees go to the left, the gaze can come right. And you can link the movement with the breath, inhaling as your knees and gaze come up towards the sky and exhaling as they come side to side. Just notice how great this feels in the low back and across the hips. And the next time your knees go left and your gaze goes right, we'll stay here. Just like we did with the neck, we did a little dynamic movement in the hips there. And now we're just going to allow a little more release, a little more softness. If you want to get deeper into the hip, you can bring your left leg up to rest on the outside of your right thigh. If this is deep enough, just hang out right here. And then invite yourself to bend your right elbow and bring the palm of your hand to your rib cage. Just letting your right palm rest on your right ribs. And as you inhale, notice how your ribs expand into your hand. And as you exhale, notice how they soften. You might even be able to feel the actual individual bones and the space, the intercostals in between them. You might not. But just know that they're there, protecting your heart, protecting your lungs. Allow them to expand, making space. And just hold them gently, your own healing touch. 2 more breaths there. And the next time you inhale, we'll send that right arm out out to the side again, and we'll just take the knees left, or bleh, I don't know my sides anymore. Knees right, gaze left. Couple breaths right here. Maybe increasing the sensation if you like by bringing the right foot outside the top of the left thigh. If you did that on the first side, again, for balance sake, do it on the second side, unless it's painful, of course. But if it's painful on one side, don't do it on the other side. You don't want to create any imbalances in your body. You might bend that left hand or left elbow and bring the hand to the rib cage. Just tenderly petting your ribs, petting your side body, showing them a little gentle touch, a little appreciation for all the protection that they offer. 2 more breaths right there. Continuing to soften. And then we'll inhale, knees and gaze back up towards the sky. Exhale, bend one knee and then the other in towards the heart. Give yourself a little squeeze hug, rocking from side to side. Maybe invite the nose to the knees so that you can really realign your hips, your spine, your neck. And then we'll come to our final Shavasana. Stretching out through the arms, through the legs, opening up towards the sky. If this is not comfortable for you, you can come into that constructive rest pose with the knees bent, feet wide as the mat, knees resting in on each other. Or you can bring a bolster underneath the knees. whatever feels good to you. Just find a restful position, maybe lifting the heart and snuggling your shoulder blades in towards each one another, and maybe lifting the head to tuck the chin and lengthen the neck. And let go of all control here. Just softening, continuing to surrender the weight of your body, melting like sugar on the tongue of life. We'll just be here for a few more breaths. If you like, and if your time allows, you can stop the video right here and continue your Shavasana as long as you like. Or you might bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand towards your heart, allowing the triceps, the elbows to just rest to your mat. And we'll take a nice big inhale, and as we exhale, let's just make a humming sound. This also stimulates the vagal nerve, which is connects our brain to our guts and our inner organs, every other inner organ. This nerve is connected to, and it sends signals back and forth to our brains. So we'll stimulate that nerve, again, inviting the parasympathetic nervous system to calm down all the body processes and come into homeostasis. So we'll just make a humming sound as we exhale 3 times. Take an inhale to prepare. We'll do that 2 more times. Just notice how you feel. Do you feel a vibration under your hands? Release a little bit more tension. Next time you inhale, go ahead and begin finding some movement in the toes. Release your hands and wiggle your fingers, and we'll rotate wrists and ankles and stretch out nice and long into that big good morning stretch. And from here, you can either roll to one side or the other and push yourself up to a tall seat, or you can bend those knees in towards the heart, bring the hands to the backs of the thighs, and rock and roll yourself all the way back up, getting in one last little spinal massage while we're here. And we'll come to sit in Dandasana, legs extended, toes pointing up towards the sky. We'll draw the crown of the head towards the sky, pressing the fingertips in towards the earth. Chin tucked, heart lifted, collarbones expand, shoulder blades down the back in this seated mountain pose. Let's inhale, bringing the arms up alongside the ears, palms together. Exhale, bringing your hands right on down to your heart. We'll tilt the chin gently here, honoring and revering the light and the love within ourselves, and within one another. Namaste.